The professor said my analysis of the novel was completely wrong. I wrote the book. I was sitting in the back row of Professor Chen's American Literature seminar at Portland State, desperately trying to blend into the peeling paint. 23 grad students clutched copies of The Silent Hour, my debut novel that had won the Pulitzer 2 years ago when I was 26. Nobody knew Caroline Hayes was actually Kara Mitchell, the quiet transfer student who never spoke unless called on. I'd enrolled under my legal first name after the book tour nearly destroyed me. I just wanted to hear what people really thought. Professor Chen stood at the front, holding my book like evidence. What Hayes completely misunderstands about her own protagonist is that Rachel's silence isn't trauma. It's manipulation. Female manipulation disguised as vulnerability. My pen froze. I'd based Rachel's selective mutism on my own experience after witnessing my best friend's death at 17. Every scene was crafted to show how trauma steals your voice. A girl in the front row raised her hand. What if the silence represents her losing the ability to speak after witnessing violence? Chen laughed. That's surface level, Jennifer. Hayes is clearly using silence as a tool for Rachel to control men. My hand shot up. What if it's PTSD? The text describes dissociative episodes and panic attacks that align with trauma responses, not manipulation. Chen's expression shifted to condescension. I've taught this novel for 18 months. I've published 2 papers on Hayes' work. I think I understand her intentions better than a first semester transfer student. The guy next to me whispered, "Drop it. He fails people who argue." But I couldn't. This man was teaching my trauma as manipulation. That night, I pulled out my original manuscript notes, 3 journals full of research on selective mutism, therapy transcripts, pages about Sarah's death. I photographed everything. The next week, Chen assigned group presentations. I got chapter 12. My groupmate Jessica read my analysis and frowned. This contradicts everything Chen taught. He'll tank our grade. Presentation day, I walked through my analysis showing Rachel's behavior matched trauma psychology. Chen's face darkened. When I finished, he stood. "Caroline, are you suggesting I've been teaching this incorrectly?" "I'm suggesting there's evidence for a trauma reading. Authors are unreliable narrators of their own work." Death of the author. We got a C-. I requested a meeting in his office. I pulled out my folder of original notes, research materials, character sketches in my handwriting from 4 years ago. Chen glanced at them with amusement. "I can't take anonymous documents seriously." I showed him publisher emails dated years before publication. He barely looked. "Email addresses can be spoofed." "I'm Kara Mitchell," I said. "I wrote The Silent Hour. You've been teaching my trauma as manipulation for 18 months. His face went white. He grabbed my driver's license with shaking hands. "You should have disclosed so you could dismiss my analysis." I pulled up my recording app. "I've recorded every lecture, including where you called trauma responses feminine manipulation. These go public with an essay about how you taught a Pulitzer winner's trauma as proof women weaponize pain, unless you correct your teaching and review our grade." I filed a formal complaint that afternoon. Within 2 weeks, Pulitzer winner caught professor teaching her book wrong trended on literary Twitter. Other students came forward. The university investigated. Chen was suspended and required to revise his curriculum. Our grade changed to an A. 3 months later, I gave a lecture at the university. After, a young woman approached, holding my book. Chen told me my essay about Rachel's PTSD was overthinking it. I have PTSD from assault. He made me feel manipulative. Thank you for speaking up. That moment made everything worth it. Looking back, I'm proud of the scared student who spoke up. I'm proud I kept pushing when silence was easier. And I'm proud I understood that defending your work isn't ego. It's protecting others who see themselves in your words. If you're still here, you're a real one. Drop a like and subscribe for more.